so good at pretending. Keep on smiling in my tiny bubble, like a movie without ending. Spending time like it was going backwards. Posters covering my walls, but they fall down. Diving deeper in the books that we read blind. Breathing in and breathing out to get smarter.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today is a Saturday, so I'm fortunate enough that my husband's home today. So our daughter Harper, Kelvin's just put her down for a nap, so I'm going to get in and get a few things done. Now I've called this like a bit of a nesting, get it all done, but it's not so much sort of baby nesting as such. It's just things that I sort of wanted to get done before he sort of arrives. And if you're new here, this is our third baby, a little boy. So yeah, he's due on the 22nd of July. However, our previous two children have come early, so you just don't know. So I just want to be prepared, and yeah, just tick off a few things that have been playing on my mind before he comes, because I know very well that I'm not going to be able to do these things, or more so probably feel bothered or feel like doing these things. So I'm going to get in today, Saturday, and get these things done. Hopefully I can get everything done that I want to, so this doesn't roll over into another video, but we'll see how we go. But I picked a good day because I need my husband to do some things for me. So anyway, I hope this brings you motivation, and if you're new here, I would really love it if you'd hit this subscribe button before clicking out of today's video if you enjoyed it, and give this video a big thumbs up, just so I know that you like this style of content, because I love personally filming this style of content for you all, and I just love cleaning and I love watching videos like this. So let's just jump straight into it. So the first thing today, I'm just folding up some washing. Now, I was just thinking the other day, it feels like I have had a lot of washing, and it sort of just dawned on me that we've had a fair bit of bad weather here, like lots of rain. So that's probably the main reason behind all the washing, because I've got my clothes sort of horse air dryer in the shed, and I have some on there. And then if that's full and it's things that I obviously need, so it doesn't build up, I'll then obviously use the dryer. I try to use the dryer very minimal, but yeah, sometimes you just have to do it. Like I've had to put it on today because I washed my bedding. So yeah, the dryer is going a bit more than it normally is at the moment. But yeah, obviously just down to the weather, because I sort of couldn't pinpoint why there was so much washing lately with still only the three of us. But yeah, I guess it all comes down to the weather. So that's what we're doing first up today. So now we're moving on to, I wanted to make a wheat bix slice. I mean, it's relatively healthy. It has got icing sugar in it, which obviously makes it not quite as healthy, but I sort of made this primarily with Harper in mind, sort of for a snack. She'd never tried this before and she loved it. However, it's really quite messy. The base of it is quite messy, obviously with the wheat bix, but yeah, she loved it nonetheless. But yeah, it's just a huge mess when she eats it. So all I'm doing, I'm using my Thermomix, as you can see. Love my Thermomix. as if you're an original here, you'll know that. But yeah, I'm just sort of grating up the Weet Bix. I'll leave the recipe in the description box below for if you want to give this a try. And I mean, you could do it without a Thermomix, but obviously I've got my Thermomix, so I'm using it. So I'm just blended the Weet Bix up, as you can see there, into like a fine crumb, and then adding the butter. Now the other reason I love my Thermomix is because it melts down things like butter as well, so it's great for when you're baking, because that was a big sort of turn off for me when it come to baking, was having to put the butter into a dish and then melt it in the microwave, and sometimes it sort of didn't. And yeah, so I love my Thermomix for that function and the weigh function, because weighing things out for me is another thing that turns me off baking and cooking altogether. So I've had my Thermomix for quite a few years now, and there probably wouldn't be a week that goes by that I don't use it. Some days I use it more than once. But yeah, so this Weet Bix slice was so easy and so delicious, and like I said, it's relatively healthy. Well, I think anything that sort of has been made in the kitchen has to be that little bit better than, say, store-bought, you know, desserts and things like that, biscuits, cookies, things like that. I just feel better knowing that I've cooked it myself, knowing what's gone into it. But yeah, so very minimal ingredients. But as I said, if you want to give this one a try for your kids or even yourself, because I love it myself, yeah, the recipe will be linked in the description box below. And if you do try it, tag me over on Instagram or leave me a comment down below.
I promised I would wait for you, but I'm getting so impatient. Tell me that you're ready now. This room is big enough for two, and I wanna do that something that will blow your mind. Do you know the things you do to me? Touch me and I'll make you understand. Yeah. Do you know the things you make me feel? I can show you if you take my hand. I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. Let me take you under where nobody can see. I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. Hotter than the summer, so put your hands on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me.
And then that just goes into the oven for about 18 to 20 minutes. But as always, just keep an eye on it, because obviously timing, yeah, is just sort of like a guide. But yeah, I love to just keep my eye on things. We'll try to, if I don't get too sidetracked. And then we're just going to move on whilst that's baking in the oven, and I'm going to clean my cooktop. Now, it wouldn't be get it all done with me if I didn't clean my cooktop, and the video never really shows it. Like, I watch this back and I go, that was much dirtier than that. So yeah, the video never does it justice, because trust me, lately, with obviously being pregnant and having a toddler, I clean this nowhere near as much as I did, say, when Harper was a baby, as opposed to now getting around and on the move into everything. But yeah, so I definitely leave it way longer than I did. So I'm just giving that a thorough deep cleaning whilst the Weet Bix slice is in the oven baking.
On me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me, on me, on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, put your hands on me, put your hands on me. I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. Let me take you under where nobody can see.
This is probably a bit embarrassing, but I only realised a few months ago that these knobs actually completely come off, so you can clean thoroughly underneath them. Yeah, out of all the time I mean, we've lived here nearly 2 years, and how many times I've cleaned this cooktop, and I just figured this out.
I might be dreaming, there's no way back now. Take every inch of my body, wanna dance with you all night long. Dive in, babe, you know we can't stop this. Come on and show me what you got, 'cause I don't care if they think we're meant to be falling in love with you. I'll do it again and again and again and again.
I like to just go over the cooktop with my glass cleaner, which is just white vinegar and water. That's what I use on all the glass stainless steel around the house. But yeah, it just sort of gets rid of if there is any smears left over from the pink stuff. That'll just get that fully up and give it a beautiful shine. I just can't tell you how satisfying when I've cleaned this cooktop it is to walk into the kitchen, and seeing I'm now up to 38 weeks pregnant, I actually really can't believe that we're this close to meeting this little baby. It's just, yeah, mind-blowing. And lately I sort of have been, the last week or so, been really thinking, okay, I need to get this done. Oh, well, I want to get this done. It's probably not things you need to do as such, but they're things that play on my mind that I want to get done. Just like this drawer. Now, it's nobody sees it, I know, but obviously me, and it still plays on my mind. Now, I'm sure a lot of yous watching are the same way, but yeah, until it's sort of done, it'll be there on my mind. That's just my personality. So I'm adding this today on my list of things I wanted to get done, because obviously being 38 weeks at this point, you just never know when he's going to want to make his appearance. Yeah, because our son Bentley, he come 4 days early, and Harper come 7 days early, so I hadn't even went off work yet with Harper, and she made her grand entrance. So yeah, I just wanted to get this done, so then, I mean, obviously I'm probably not going to think about it even if I didn't get it done when he's here. My mind would be obviously full of other things, but yeah, whilst I still had the chance today, I decided to just knock it over. It had just like a few crumbs and marks in it, but I also wanted to reorganise it, tidy it up a bit more, because obviously it gets used a lot, and I just absolutely love this drawer in our kitchen, like these wide drawers, like especially for your utensils and things like that. They're just such a great idea. I've never had one quite this big, so I just really love it, and I love when it's all organised.
You got me sleep deprived. Blow my mind with a warning. You digging deep within me. I feel obsessed. I can't help myself falling into the widest ocean again, again. Can't forget. You got me wrapped around it. You feel me, your body wrapped around me. Good mistakes. Oh, you got me looped about it. You and me got me losing sleep. I'm in too deep, like an overdose. You're the antidote. Losing sleep, I'm in too deep. No matter where I hide, you got me sleep deprived.
So now obviously Miss Harper is awake from her nap. She had a really good nap on this day, like she does most days. So I'm just packing her folding up away whilst Kelvin's playing with her, entertaining her. So that's why I also love it's sort of like a love-hate relationship with filming on weekends, because I sort of obviously want to be with Kelvin and Harper, but then at the same time he's here, he's home, Kelvin is home to look after Harper, so I can just breeze through it without stopping and starting, like when she wakes up from her nap and things like that. So now, as I mentioned, this is very, very satisfying. Now this window is in my front office slash where I work out, just my own little space, and I hadn't been able to get to the window in months because my desk is so big, and obviously I can't move it, I'm not going to move it, so I sort of had to wait till Kelvin was available and around to sort of pull it away from the window for me. But yeah, so satisfying this was. But because the windows have obviously been shut because it's winter here, and then when you've got the ducted heating going, it heats up all 5 bedrooms. You can't sort of just zone it to certain rooms. We're looking at wanting to get this changed, but we haven't yet. But yeah, so obviously with the door shut and everything and the heater going on in here when it's not sort of being used, and it sort of had some mould spots, I think that's what they are, on the window, and you could see it from the outside as well, and it had just been bugging me. So I was so happy this day that I could get in and just fully wipe it down, wipe the glass down, yeah, wipe the plantation shutters down, just give it an all over good deep clean, probably for another few months, but I'd say I'll have my hands pretty full then. But yeah, the desk was a bit of a mission to drag out, so probably won't be a regular thing my husband will be doing for me, but yeah, nonetheless I got it done on this particular day, and yeah, just felt so clean and fresh in this room. The day that I'm actually doing the voiceovers for this video is my first official day off from work, so yeah, it feels super weird to sort of be in the house by myself. So I'm just obviously taking this opportunity to do these voiceovers so I can have this video up tonight for you all, and then I'm in the process of doing a freezer friendly meals video. I didn't do this with Harper because obviously we only had Harper as a newborn, and Kelvin, my husband, he's a really good cook, he doesn't mind to cook, so yeah, didn't really feel we needed to have sort of freezer meals prepared and that ready to go, so that we didn't have to worry about cooking each night for a little while. But this time around, with obviously Harper being a toddler, 2 next month, I can't believe that either, and then a newborn, I figured that I'll just have a day where I cook a few meals to freeze so that we've got them on hand, so it's one less thing we have to worry about, well, my husband has to worry about. So yeah, stay tuned for that video coming really soon. Now this little window here is quite clean already because I can get to that. It hasn't got no desk or anything blocking it. And then whilst I'm in here as well, this has been a long time coming as well. I'm just giving my desk a wipe over, even though, as I mentioned, I have finished work now, finished up working, but I still edit and things in here on my laptop for my videos. So I just wanted to clean it down, seeing I was in here and I went to all the effort to clean those windows. I just thought I'd just give it a wipe down. I'm just using my Pino Clean wipes that I've mentioned before in my previous videos that I'm currently loving at the moment. So just giving it a wipe over with them, and then lastly I'm just going to give it a vacuum, and then it's a done deal in here, and then we're moving on.
No fui el primero, ni seré el último, pero sé que lo gozaré. Para serte sincero, un Dios el que te enseñó lo que puedes hacer con mi piel. Baby, si se nos da, será lo que será, los dos vamos a matar, toda esa curiosidad. Baby, si se nos da, será lo que será, los dos vamos a matar, toda esa curiosidad.
Now we're just moving on to the icing, seeing the Weet Bix slice has been out of the oven and it is completely cool now. So I'm making the icing. Now this icing is delicious, of course it's delicious, it's got icing sugar in it, but yeah, so very simple again. So it was just icing sugar, cacao powder, butter and boiling water, and then I had some pink hundreds and thousands, so I just sprinkled them on top of the icing. But the icing was sort of not like a real sticky wet icing, so the hundreds and thousands didn't straight away stick that well, but yeah, still just a cute little touch, and I had them, so I decided to run with them and use them.
Estamos solitos, ella son más de las 12. Pegándote bien lento, baby, para que tú goces. No somos algo serio, pero bien si me conoces. Ya, tú eres el todo de mi vida. Si tanto que te pienso ya no encuentro la salida. Pero no somos nada.
If you have a Thermomix, I'd love to know how often you use yours. Would it be like, you know, on a weekly basis? Or would there be some weeks that you obviously don't use it? I find sometimes in winter, well, I use my slow cooker a bit as well. So yeah, there might be like weeks here and there actually where I use my slow cooker, but I mean my Thermomix gets used for smoothies, even grating cheese, for recipes, just things like that. I hate grating cheese. It is, yeah, something, yeah, my love hate for grating cheese is about the same as my love-hate relationship with ironing. I mean, obviously I love ironed clothes, but then I hate ironing, and then obviously love cheese, but I hate grating the cheese. So anyway, we're done with the slice and I'm just cutting it up. It's really easy to cut. I just cut it into little bite-sized pieces obviously, and then store it in an airtight container.
tattoo, 'cause you'll never change, you'll always stay the same. Go on and tell your friends.
Now we're coming up to the end of today's video, and what do you know, I'm finishing it off with some more folding, more washing. I find it very satisfying watching people, even when I watch this back to edit it, find it very satisfying watching people fold up clothes, obviously when it's a little bit sped up, but yeah, it's just there's just something really motivating, satisfying about it. But yeah, so we're just doing that last up today, and I'm just showing this gorgeous little onesie that we picked up the other day from Kmart, and that's in the size 4 noughts. It's just super tiny, can't get over how tiny it was. And to think that, well, Harper wore 4 noughts as well as a newborn. But yeah, so just folding up the washing, and then I wanted to wash my pregnancy pillow that I obviously sleep with every night, so I just washed the cover of that. I bought that back when I was pregnant with Harper somewhere online, I can't even remember now, but yeah, the pillowcase comes off very easily and you can just throw it in the wash. It is a little bit tedious to get back on, but it gets back on and it's perfectly fine. It just takes a little bit of time, but don't worry, rest assured, I sped it up for you all in this video today. Now Harper come home from daycare on Friday with this extra cot sheet, the purple one, so I just obviously washed it and just folding it up, and I'll put that back in her bag for daycare on Wednesday, and hopefully that gets back to its owner. Now if you see my what's in my hospital bag, you would have seen I had the 2 0 to 3 size singlets for baby in there that I was taking to the hospital, so I'm just swapping out for some 4 0s that we also picked up from Kmart, and my mum also brought some over on the weekend as well that she picked up from Kmart. So yeah, because I thought I had more smaller size singlets, but now we have enough, so that's great. So I just swapped out them 2 bigger sizes for the 2, and would it be a weekend video of mine if my husband didn't make his appearance? But yeah, so I just swapped them out and put them in that little backpack that my husband picked up for me from Kmart. I decided to take my black bag that I showed in my what's in my hospital bag video. I decided to take that bag for me, and then that little pink cute little backpack from Kmart for baby to the hospital.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't want to fight no more, 'cause I don't feel the need no more.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll get one more cleaning style video out before baby comes, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And yeah, if you enjoyed this style of video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and leave me your comments down below. And if you enjoyed it and want to stick around, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.